Rich Royal Day to you, Divine Chosen Beings. It's your girl Oshun Messenger here with another message from the waves. Today, just doing a little bit of shadow work. As you can see, I have my shadow growth journal, and I also have an oldie but a goodie chicken noodle soup for the teenage soul. And just kind of going back into time and connecting the pieces some more and relating them to current. Just really reminiscing and going into my inner self, Ashel. And I encourage you, chosen divine beings, to do the same, to pick up some journals, to jot some memories down, and to really tune into your dark side and your light side and continue to balance yourselves out. For today, in my shadow growth journal, I was reading up on Carl Jung's model of the human psyche. I apologize for my nasaliness, as I will say it, going through some spiritual upgrades at the moment, and so with that comes some side effects, so bear with me. But I'm going through Carl Jung's model of the human psyche, and I wanted to go over some of it as it does pertain to each and every individual in life. So I will go through it. If you want to take a screenshot, feel free to do so you can save it and meditate on it at another time. Central to Jung's pioneering psychology and his intricate model of the human psyche, offering a comprehensive framework for understanding human consciousness, venturing beyond the conscious mind, Jung explores the depths of the unconscious to reveal hidden dynamics shaping our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. At its core, Jung's model sees the psyche as multi-layered, the conscious, the personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious. The conscious mind, our everyday awareness, represents only a fraction of the psyche, with the personal unconscious holding repressed memories and latent desires. So, as I said, it's really important to go back into those repressed memories, for they do have a cause and reaction to who you are in your future self. So it says within the personal unconscious, Jung identifies archetypal patterns and universal symbols shared by humanity. Yet it is the collective unconscious where his model transcends, unveiling archetypal forces inherited from our own human ancestry. Jung's model invites us on a journey of self-discovery, guiding us through the unconscious labyrinth to uncover hidden treasures within. He developed his own theories known as the Jungian psychology, also referred to the analytical theory. Jung divides the human psyche into three distinct components: the ego, the personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious. According to Jung's conceptualization of the psyche, the ego or conscious mind, it is just one component of a broader system that includes the personal unconscious and the collective unconscious. So here you see down here it says ego, personal unconscious, collective conscious, and archetypes. We'll go over to here where it explains a little bit further into detail. You have the ego, the conscious aspect of the psyche, the center of our conscious awareness and perception of identity. Archangel Michael, please block communication blockages at this time. Thank you. Navigates our everyday experiences and interactions with the external world. You have your personal unconscious, the layer beneath the conscious ego, contains memories, emotions, and experiences that are not in current awareness, includes repressed or forgotten thoughts and feelings from individual experiences. You have your complexes, emotional patterns formed around particular themes or experiences, often tied to significant emotional events or traumas, can influence thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, often outside of conscious awareness. And that's what I was saying. Everything that we've gone through in our past, it definitely has an effect on our current and also our future. Collective unconscious, shared reservoir of universal inherited experiences. contains archetypes, universal symbols, and themes present in myths, dreams, and religions, provides a deeper layer of the unconscious common to all humanity. For what I would say on that, a lot of us share, as it says, inherited experiences. A lot of us pick up on things that have happened in our past lives and also within the ancestry of past bloodlines. So a lot of things that we go through, we're not conscious of the collective unconscious, as where history's past has circled back around and is now being pushed to the forefront of your conscious, to where you have to dig in and really scope out all aspects of what has happened in the past, what's going on in the current, and how you can move forward with that conscious knowing into the future. Gotcha. You have the self, represents the unified center of the psyche, aims for wholeness and integration of all aspects of the personality, guides the process of individualization, personal growth, and self-realization. Persona, the social mask or role individuals present to the world, reflects societal expectations and norms, can conceal deeper aspects of the personality from others and even oneself. That's a deep one right there. Shadow, the hidden or unconscious aspects of the personality, contains repressed or denied qualities, often perceived as a negative. Represents the aspect of ourselves we may not want to acknowledge, but are essential for growth. And that's where that shadow work comes in. The animus. Have the anima, the feminine aspect of the male psyche. Animus, the masculine aspect of the female psyche. Like I keep saying, we all hold both. We all hold male and female energy. One is for protection and for having that leadership role, and for the female aspect is for the nurturing, but also being able to have that leadership role. Represents the unconscious, I can't see her, opposite gender qualities within individuals, can manifest in dreams, fantasies, and interpersonal relationships. Being able to have that yin yang with relationships, not always having a man to always have to stand within their own power and portray the dominance and portray having certain forms of control. No, it's not about the control for the male or for the feminine. We're supposed to be dual within ourselves so that there is duality within other relationships, if that makes sense. And then you have the individuation, the process of integrating unconscious aspects into conscious awareness, involves embracing and reconciling different parts of the personality, aims for a balanced and authentic sense of self, the unfolding and development of personality, involves in establishing a relationship between the ego and the self. That ego. I will show you guys an image so you can kind of see how Jung portrays the self and the ego. As he says, individualization, the analytical psychology refers to the gradual development of a unified personality that incorporates both personal and collective unconscious elements, resolving conflicts such as introverted and extroverted tendencies. Simply put, is the therapeutic journey toward becoming a psychologically whole individual where one acknowledges their self-worth, uniqueness, and embraces both conscious and unconscious aspects of themselves. They're not only supposed to just focus on the inner of ourselves, but we're also supposed to focus in all aspects of the inner of ourselves, and also all aspects of the unconscious surroundings of ourselves and from times past, especially with certain bloodlines and lineages, I would say. And for an exercise for some of you guys, if you would like to partake, picture yourself standing at the threshold of your unconscious mind, ready to embark on the transformative journey of individuation outlined by Carl Jung. Explore how you navigate the intricate labyrinth of your inner world, encountering archetypes, shadow aspects, and the quest for integrating. Reflect on the significance of each step as you strive towards wholeness and self-realization. And that is what it really is all about, you guys. There's some more questions on here. If you guys want to take a screenshot, I will put this down with the chicken noodle soup book. And but yeah, it's really important to really dig into all aspects of you and all aspects from where you come from, and to really take that deep dive. For a lot of chosen divine beings, a lot of us, like I keep saying, we grew up in religious backgrounds, and in certain family structures and life structures that were set for us and that were supposed to keep us in a certain type of form of control, and also to be able to blind us from more than what is in our physical aspect or presence of life. And so because of that, and because of not knowing a lot of the backstory, I would say, of first and foremost, a lot of us don't know where we truly come from, because a lot of us were adopted, a lot of us were put into group homes, dealing with DSHS, CPS, whatever the case may be. And so along the line, we have lost traces of some very important information as far as who we are and who we come from. And so when you don't have all that important information, it can really hinder you and stagnate you as far as your personal growth, because you're only used to or conditioned to a certain type of structure, a certain format, and there's a lot of missing puzzle pieces. And so it's hard to really tune into yourself and tune into your ego and find out where certain characteristics and tendencies that you have, where they're coming from. So I encourage you, for those of you who are adopted or who didn't grow up or were raised by biological parents, there's a lot of online resources these days. As far as digging into your DNA, I will say also on top of that to be careful when you are doing a lot of those DNA background checks, because there are certain hands that love to get their hands on your DNA information. So do use discernment and use your intuition with that, but also don't be afraid to take a deep dive or to go down those rabbit holes and really figure out who you are, inside and out. Shell. So I will leave you with that for the shadow workbook. Also going back to my teenagehood and taking a trip down memory lane. I went through a few of these books. I do remember when I was a teenager. I spent a lot of time in my room going over this book and really becoming my own best friend, because at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot of real love around me, and I felt that, and I knew that. And so Yeshua and the Most High have always been forefront and center, have always had my back and sides, and have always guided me into being able to really self-heal. And I continue to do that today as part of the reason why I'm alive, to be able to share some of these things, share some of my stories, and also to be able to educate and to be able to pour in some encouragement, you guys. That's what it is all about at the end of the day as well. As soon as you are able to grasp yourself and be able to tune into yourself and be able to heal yourself, then you are able to go out there and be able to do the same for somebody else. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. So I am going to continue to keep doing that. Here on page 13, which is very symbolic for me as well. My one of the childhood phone numbers, part of the number is 841, and that's a 13. That represents spiritual death. And it's funny right now because I live in Unit 13. I would say, and I won't give the whole number, but yeah, I live in a unit number 13, and so it's my last cycle, having to deal with this type of death in this certain type of way, from childhood to adulthood, and having a lot of nice little endings going on. So I'm thankful for the number 13 today. This poem by, well, it doesn't say who it's by. It says unknown. So I will read this though myself. I have to live with myself, and so I want to be fit for myself to know. I want to be able, as days go by, always to look myself straight in the eye. I don't want to stand with the setting sun and hate myself for things I have done. I don't want to keep on a closet shelf a lot of secrets about myself and fool myself as I come and go into thinking that nobody else will know the kind of person I really am. I don't want to dress myself up in sham. I want to go out with my head erect. I want to deserve all people's respect. But here is the struggle for fame and wealth. I want to be able to like myself. I don't want to look at myself and know that I am bluster and fluff and empty show. I can never hide myself from me. I see what others may never see. I know what others may never know. I never can fool myself, and so, whatever happens, I want to be self-respected and guilt-free. And that is the very important part about shadow work. And like I've said before, you have to live with you. No matter where you go, there you are. And so it's very important to be comfortable with your own self, to know who you are in this big world and with so many people, and I would say entities, because I can't say everybody is human. But it's very important to tap into the bad parts about you, the good parts about you, to your triggers, to what makes you go off, and to what makes you sad, and to never hide yourself from you, because like I just said, wherever you are, there you are. So, for a lot of karmic energies out there, if they would have just taken time to really sit down and not think that doing shadow work was mundane and that it was boring and that it was important, then we wouldn't have a whole bunch of supposed to be grown adults running around here acting like complete, even worse than children, even worse than toddlers that throw tantrums. And at the end of the day, if you don't have any self-respect for yourself, how are you going to respect anybody else? It's not going to happen. And if you don't respect yourself, you're just going to be an angry person that pours out that anger into the world and causes a world to be even more toxic. At the end of the day, I really do believe that everybody wants to be happy, everybody wants to be loved, everybody wants to be respected, and everybody wants to feel important and feel like they're needed. But at the end of the day, you have got to want to need yourself. You can't depend on anybody else for the dependency of yourself. It doesn't work that way. I see a lot of karmic energies out here who proclaim themselves to be very powerful individuals, but at the end of the day, they have to collect up a whole cluster of individuals and third parties, to come against, really at the end of the day, just one human or a select few of humans or a group of humans. And it's really ridiculous. And I'll keep continuing to say the word ridiculous because there's no other word for it at all. And it's funny to me how people want respect, but they give no respect to anybody else, and first and foremost themselves. A lot of people do hold secrets that they don't want the world to know because they feel shameful. And at the end of the day, a lot of that shame comes from not being 100% with themselves, not seeing themselves for who they are. And then the masks come, and they have a whole bunch of masks, and they switch them out throughout the day and throughout the week and throughout the year. And they lose themselves. Because they lost themselves, they want everybody else around them to lose themselves and go through the same pitfalls. And it's not right. So while the Most High is doing a clean sweep of a lot of these individuals, a lot of these evil individuals at this time, Divine Collective, continue to go on your journeys and continue to do your shadow work and pour that time and invest in that time into yourself. If you can't invest into yourself, no other investments will be made in life that are productive for you, period. Most High looks at the heart and weighs the heart and sees if it's light as a feather. And for a lot of karmic individuals, their hearts have been heavy and they have been blackened. And we're not going to go down that walk with them. That's their walk to walk. And that's their baggage to carry as they go on their walks. But in the meantime, we're going to continue to hold our lamps, to continue to be the lighthouses and continue to be the rays of Ra, and continue to shine into this world and be able to uplift each other. There should be no tearing down of anybody. At the end of the day, nobody's better than the next. We all pull up our pants one leg at a time. We all bleed out. We all we are all born into this world, and we are all going to go out in this world by ourselves. So it is really important to take this time in life because it is short. And a lot of the things that we do, I heard a lady say the other day, a lot of the things that we do for other people, those people won't remember our names. They won't remember what we did for them. And so that is why it's important to have the relationship first and foremost with the Most High, and next with yourself. Because the Most High is within us. The kingdom of God is in us. Or the kingdom of hell can be in us. It's up to you. So with that being said, you guys, I just wanted to, while I'm going through my shadow work, be able to pour into Divine Collective and help you along your way. Hopefully something that I said today, you caught or picked up on, or it hit the back of your mind, and it pursues you to go dig in the dirt and continue to bloom and grow, as it says over there. Continue to grow and glow, and just continue to be you, uniquely you. That's also what it's about. At the end of the day, nobody should be trying to have a competition with anybody else. You're a competition with your own self, period. So just keep that in the forefront of your mind and in your subconscious, your unconscious, and your conscience. And I love you guys, and I apologize for not, really being on here too much here lately, but there's just a lot going on within the energy of my life right now, and the Most High literally has me sitting down here a lot more often now that everybody has been cleared from my life. The funeral that they wanted to have for me didn't happen, and so they're enraged and still trying to recirculate deadlines for us, Divine Collective. But just know that all of that's over. Those cycles are over. They missed all the timelines, and I thank God for that. Just know that you are safe, you are protected, that you are loved, and that the Most High and our archangels and our ancestors, for sure, they definitely have our front, back, and sides, like I said earlier. And just know that everything is divinely orchestrated. Everything is in the hands of the Most High, and everything is going to pan out as it should. For a lot of us that have left everything and everybody behind, I feel in the energy, a lot of us are having like mental funerals for a lot of people from our past. Literally just severing ties, physically and spiritually at this time, and bearing a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of memories, and literally blocking out and burying mentally in our minds people from our past. And so I encourage you to follow what the Most High has kept continually putting in my head, is to, cover your ears and close your eyes, because karma is, she's here, and she is making her rounds. And so with that also being said, it can bring up some sadness, as much as people have come against us, and as much as they would love for us to have hatred for them in our hearts, we don't. And that was part of our mission from the Most High, is not seeking revenge, and not physically putting hands on people who have put hands on us, and who were trying to put hands on us. Had we went against the grain with keeping the peace and continuing to be love and light, then we would have missed out on our blessings, and we would have had our seat stolen. And so for Divine Collective out there that people say, oh, you're a wimp, or you don't have the cojones, or they thought you would never stand up for yourself, or make an embark in empowerment for yourself. Congratulations on holding your temperament, on holding your composure, holding back choice words that you would have liked to have said, because at the end of the day, it was to have us destiny swapped into karmic fields positions, into their darkness. And so we want to continue, like I said, continue being those sun babies and being those rays of Ra. And with Ra comes a double-edged sword. The sun warms you, and it can also burn you. And so that is swift judgment that's going on right now. So just continue to know your own power, and to stay self-empowered, and to know the power of the Most High, and continue to just keep moving forward, you guys, putting one foot in front of the other, and knowing that your path is set and has always been set. And when they ask you, or when they ask within their groups and clusters, why them? Just know it was always supposed to be you. Ashe, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a supreme rest of your evening and setting, and that you continue to move forward no matter what, because we are stronger than a lot of us really knew, and we're stronger than a lot of these deities, entities, and hierarchies thought as well. And we've definitely proved them wrong. So continue to stand in that boldness, you guys, and continue to not only stand up for yourself, but continue to be that voice, and to be that strength for others that haven't found their voice yet, that haven't found their own inner strength yet, and continue to reach one, each one, teach one, you guys, and keep the messages going. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.